My battery's dying. Hey, it's Sue in the restricted section. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the book Attitude to Gratitude by Teresa Murray. This is a little book of poetry, and I thought that with Down Syndrome Awareness Month coming up, which is the month of October, that it would be appropriate to talk about this right now because this author has Down syndrome. And I really enjoyed this collection of poetry. One thing I really love about it is that she has a lot of different styles of poetry in here. Like there is a section of haikus, and there is also some acrostics at the end, so I really like the variety. And I also loved that she put some notes at the end on selected poems, so you can see, you know, where she got her inspiration for a certain poem, or if the poem was about a specific person in her life, she tells a little bit more about that person, or, you know, where she was when she wrote certain poems. And so I thought that was a really great, you know, deeper look into some of the poetry. And I thought this was a really important collection because a common stereotype is that all people who have Down syndrome are the same. And this really helps to illustrate that that isn't true. You know, not only does Teresa Murray have a passion for writing, but you can also see throughout this collection that she loves her family and her friends, and she loves nature, and she loves God, and, you know, there's all these poems about specific things in her life that she loves, and that really shows that she does have unique passions and unique hobbies and likes and dislikes and all of that are unique to her, and it's not something that every single person with Down syndrome is going to enjoy as well. And I wanted to read this first poem by her in the collection because it really helps to further illustrate that point, and also it makes it obvious, I think, that this is a stereotype that she has dealt with in her life. And this poem is called "This Is Me, This Is Who I Am." I am a person who has Down syndrome. I am an independent person who lives alone. I used to be a regular person, but now I am a local poet. I am a grocery stalker. I am a cat lover. I am a sleeper and a reader. I am a learner. I am a listener. I am an active person. I am a student at heart. I am an aunt and a godmother. I am my own advocate. I stand up for myself. I am Teresa Murray, and I am unique. And one of the reasons this subject is so important to me is that I have a nephew who has Down syndrome, and I can tell you that he is a, you know, unique little person. Another stereotype with people with Down syndrome is that people think they're happy all the time, and I can tell you that, you know, he gets upset and he gets sad just like the rest of us do. And yeah, he smiles a lot and he has a good time, but yeah, he definitely gets upset sometimes. And another thing I think that's important is to be patient and to sort of look a little deeper, because I think a lot of people with Down syndrome don't learn and don't always communicate in the same way that other people do. And it's not because they're stupid by any means, it's just that they do things differently. And so I think if you just slow down and really take the time to understand them, that you can easily realize that, you know, they're not all the same, and they're much more intelligent than a lot of people give them credit for. And that's one thing that my sister has specifically talked about, because my nephew just started kindergarten, and my sister mentioned the other day that she was really happy that his teachers were finally figuring him out, and figuring out, you know, that he knows a lot more than he sometimes lets on, and that he just learns differently than you know, the other kids might. And this weekend, actually, I'm going to be participating in the Step Up for Down Syndrome walk that is in Kansas City. It benefits the Down Syndrome Guild of Kansas City, which has been extremely helpful to my sister. You know, when she first had Braddock, my nephew, she didn't know anything about Down syndrome. We didn't have anybody else in our family who had it or anything. And they really stepped up and said, you know, here are resources for you, here's things that you need to know, and connected her with lots of other parents of kids who had Down syndrome. I'm gonna have a link down below to our team page, and if you are able to donate to our team, that would be fantastic. If not, that's okay, but yeah, I'd be really grateful if you did. And I would also encourage you to perhaps look up your own local Down Syndrome Guild and maybe donate your time or money to them, because I think that what they do is really important. You know, I know it was really scary for my sister, and I think it would be for any parent, because, you know, she had no indication that he had Down syndrome until he was born, so she was completely unprepared for that. And so they just were extremely helpful to her. And I will also put a link down below to the website where I found this book. I think it's only like $5 or $6 now. I think I paid like $10 when I bought it, and last I looked, I believe it was 5 something. So yeah, I think it's a really great little collection of poetry, and I would recommend it to get a little more insight into the mind of someone who has Down syndrome, so to help you understand a little bit more where they're coming from. And then also I wanted to announce, I guess, that I'm going to be reading the book Count Us In, Growing Up with Down Syndrome, and this is by Jason Kingsley and Mitchell Levitz, who are 2 men who both have Down syndrome. And this is, from what I understand, it's sort of a series of interviews with them, just talking about their lives and their hopes and dreams and all of that. I thought next month would, you know, definitely be an appropriate time to read it, since it's Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and I'd love it if some of you would join in with me in reading it. I'm planning on just, you know, casual read-along type of thing. If anybody joins, I don't know. But I'm just gonna read it in October, and then I'll probably make a video about it at the end of the month. So yeah, if you want to join in with me on that, that would be awesome. And I'm also gonna put some links down below for, you know, other articles about Down syndrome if you want more information on that. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope that you guys maybe take a look at this book or consider reading Count Us In with me. And again, I'll have a link down below where you can donate to my team for the Step Up for Down Syndrome walk if you are able to do so. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.